Hi, it is the human operating system time. So in the past few weeks, because there are more and more people join these video channels, and I have come to contact with many friends, new friends, who is in traditional Chinese martial arts, in Qigong, in meditations. And I'd like to share with you today on the reality if one wants to learn something worthy, okay? Not just seeking for entertainment or other purpose such as joining the club or brush the wing with some famous people. So it is important to know that in order to learn something worthy, the traditional Chinese martial arts, the Qigong or meditations, these things are all technology. It is not a philosophy or legend story or whose title, meaning that, I'm His Holiness Hendrik, so I say so. It's not that, okay? The Chinese culture have 1,000 years of culture, and this traditional Chinese martial art, the Qigong and meditations, it is very rich technology. The issue is after the Opium War, 1840s, Chinese culture somehow was purposely or not purposely, and actually there are both people who is purposely destroying Chinese culture, and of course there are people who is not purposely destroying or doing harm to the culture, but they don't know what happened and things get messed up. So in order to really know this technology, experience this technology, or learn this technology, one need to be objective, scientific, experience what one learn. Okay, so one need to be objectively, scientifically experience what one learns. Okay, that is the way to study Qigong, traditional Chinese martial and meditations. You need to actually objectively, scientifically experience it and learn it, and then progress with it. Otherwise, it is a trial and error. It is something unsure, uncertain, and unrepeatable. It is really messed up when you see things that people start to using Chinese term, mysterious term, translate to whatever they like to. Especially in the past few decades. It doesn't matter if it's Zen, Buddhism, meditations, or it is the Qigong or traditional Chinese martial art. You can have all kinds of speculations. And that is not going to bring one to anywhere to really get something worthy or really understand what is the Chinese culture is about. See, the Chinese culture, or the Chinese, is not E.T. from Mars. It is like you and me. You know, we are human. And things is, in the West, we talk about scientific. For the Chinese, they talk about the cause and effect and the conditions. So that is scientific too, you know, just different term, but they're looking at what is the cause, what is the effect, and based on what type of condition. Okay, so we need to know this. Okay, now one thing we need to be very careful is this. If I use these human models in Buddhism, okay, human usually is what the Zen people call it or label it the false mind. Ordinary people like us, we are actually running with false mind. So what's false mind? With our own thinking, discriminations, and imaginations, we are looping inside there. So we all have our way of thinking, our mindset, our what we like, what we don't like, all those kind of stuff. Now, without this objective scientific experience, we are running loop here. So that's why these few days, people ask me, oh, what is the Xing Qi applications? What is this, the Zhong Dan Tian, and all this wild stuff? Well, you can see in the market that zillion of stuff it is here, and you have all those grandmaster and master or gurus have all kinds of philosophy and talks and story and legend here. And if we want to learn something, we cannot afford this looping. Okay, we need to go from here, awareness. You right away you experience what it is instead of messing around this. Now, so I just make an example for you with my books so that you can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the objective scientific experience. Okay, as in this channel, I'm presenting that way. So, for example, this beginning Wing Chun Queen, right? Well, there are a lot of details there. This is called short power and strength generations. One need to know the center axis, okay? And using the physics term in order to generate the short power and strength, one need this torque power here, the torque here. And then one use the snapping there. That is the short power or strength generations according to the Chinese. Okay, not only Wing Chun, but the Chinese traditional Chinese martial arts culture. This is what the generations of short power or strength. Okay. Any traditional Chinese martial arts, if you want to do it according to the ancient, that's how it is. You need to know this type of stuff, okay? And then as for the footwork, usually in Wing Chun you talk about the center axis here. Okay, so this is the center axis. But then there's not enough. This is center axis, this is a line of attack. So one need to know that one need to go around to the outside angle to get in. Because the line of attack can extend it this way very easily. Can cover this area. If one is standing here, try to strike back or anything, while one is trying to blocking and then or try to avert, one really doesn't have the timing to do so, because this opponent here can attack in this area. Okay, this is the area of attack. You standing here, though, no matter how we try to avoid it or block it, we still within the attack, and we are in the disadvantage because we need to change our positions. We need to block and so forth. While the guy here doesn't even have to do much, he just can machine gun the strike. So even for exchanging the strike, one loss, one is in the disadvantage here in the position and timing. Okay. And that's why the footwork, left leg, right leg, one has to come attack from here, meaning out of the the area of attack. So you see, this is the area of the opponent can attack without even move his body. Okay, so he's very fast. He just have to change his target. Now, fighting here is pretty suicidal. Both can get hit. Okay. So you need to go from outside angle in, and this is from outside angle in, and that will involve your footwork, because you need to get your body out from this attack area. Okay. Now, if this is not clear, and if we just thinking, oh yeah, you know, if the guy is striking me, he's striking me in the line of attack, I just go in and then forward strike him back. Well, you know, timing wise, we already lost, and momentum wise, we lost too. It's a disadvantage. So that's why there are plenty of stuff we need to watch out, and it is better off to go this way. Then now he has to change, and at the same time you can intercept him. Okay, the idea is that. So you don't. If this guy is 200 pounds, and we are say 110 pounds, you just don't want to go inside like that. Okay. Now, another thing is like in the Wing Chun Matrix books, you talk about Jing and all those kind of stuff. We need to know how is those things generated. We cannot just taking that Chinese term, or Jing. My Sifu tell me there's a Jing. What Jing what? What is it? If we don't know this, how are we going to supposed to repeat the things? Okay. So it's not just a philosophy. You need to realize it or implement it. No, if it's not clear this way, how are we going to do it? And also, you know, like in a short strike, this is a short strike. The arm, body, leg has to arrive together. And you have to have all kinds of stuff here to understand how this thing handled. Okay? So as I show it in the Wing Chun Matrix books. Well, somebody might just read it and say, oh, I know it. But, you know, it is a different stuff. It is not if one read the book and using this kind of mind, it is disaster. One was thinking, oh yeah, I know it too. What? In fact, the direction is to go from here to see what it is. But one thinking is here. So how is one supposed to know what it is? So again, if one wants to know about the ancient Chinese stuff, you know, as in the book, plenty, I show you that. Actually, this book, I can call it the basic traditional Chinese martial art and science, instead of basic Wing Chun art and science. Because the entire thing is talking about this basic. The physical, the mind, the breathing, the qi, the strength, the momentum, and how the 13 state there. Now you want to talk about strength, force flow here, you have to go these details. Okay, so this is a linear and spiral force flow. Okay, you just push in, you see the force coming back. Okay, you go in, you push in, you see the force coming back. You spiral in, you spiral back, and then how deep you can penetrate, you can inject the force. Well, you need to know all of this. The term Fa Jing doesn't mean anything. The term I have this style, that style doesn't mean anything. One need to know these details. Otherwise, one really do not have the tools to play the game. Okay. And the same thing with the meditation matrix. If you want to go to Qigong and internal art and so forth, one need to know about the awareness one develop and which state one is in. Okay, and one need to know the elements so one can work in, and then one need to know the state of the physiology and mind, and one need to know the breathing. Okay, well, how from say this is 12 breath per minute, how the thing is going down to 5 breath per minute naturally. So you see, there's so many things there. There's there are a lot of content there. And practically, if one really want to study this, this is no different than have a PhD in any engineering school. It is a lot of things. So to teach Chinese martial arts in a professional way, one actually need all of this. And a teacher, an instructor in the traditional Chinese martial art is the standard. If one have all this study, is at least par with those who have at least a master degree in the engineering school or study art or those kind of stuff. Okay. So this is what the reality is, and hopefully all the some days can get into university. Okay, call it the Chinese culture art study or something, but make it official and formal so that people really learn. Okay, otherwise is really one cannot learn something worthy there. Okay. So that's the reason I make this channel and wrote all this book, is because it is a technical stuff. It's a technology we need to know. Learning the terms, knowing the story or the legends or learning from any grandmaster doesn't mean anything unless one knows the technology. Unless one objectively, scientifically experience what it is, one have no idea how to really, repeatably, really certainly repeat the thing or improve it. So this is to share with you today. Okay, it is something deep. It is something really one can make it a profession. It is not something like a woo-woo stuff. No, it is not. As I show you already here, it can link to physics, it can link to this biology and all kinds of stuff, medicine, all kinds of stuff. Okay, it is a science and it is a technology. So this is to share with you today.